Disney has been doing well to keep itself in the spotlight lately, and often not for great reasons. But this morning we received some interesting news that I don't think anybody was expecting. Disney has bought a half-constructed cruise ship, and we're left asking, why? Disney has ramped up their cruise line operation quite a bit in the recent years. The company has commissioned 3 Triton-class vessels, starting with the Disney Wish, which made its maiden voyage back in July, plus the Disney Treasure and an unnamed ship which are expected to set sail in 2024 and 2025 respectively. With all of this in the works, why would Disney want to purchase a vessel commissioned by a completely different company? And with it already being 3/4 completed, how much can they realistically achieve to make this an authentic Disney experience? Firstly, we need to discuss the vessel itself. The Global Dream was set to be the world's largest cruise ship by passenger capacity, with 2,500 staterooms that had the ability to hold 9,000 guests, supported by 2,200 crew members aboard its 342-meter-long vessel. Construction on the cruise ship began in 2018 alongside a sister ship that was designed to come online a year later, with each reportedly set to cost $1.8 billion. The ships were being constructed with the Asian market in mind, set to contain the world's largest cinemas on a cruise, a giant casino, and even a theme park complete with the longest roller coaster at sea. Of course, when these ships were ordered back in May of 2016, the world was in a very different place and the cruise line industry was booming. But on the 19th of January 2022, Genting Hong Kong, the company who were purchasing the Global Dream ships, filed for bankruptcy, leaving both ships in limbo. Subsequently, this also closed the MV Worthington shipyard, where both cruise ships were being constructed, as it was owned by Genting. While the incomplete hull of the Global Dream 2 looks set to head to the scrap heap, something much more interesting has happened to the original Global Dream. The vessel was originally thought to be unpurchasable by the majority of the cruise line industry. Nobody really wants another company's sloppy seconds because a cruise ship isn't engineered in the same way that you may engineer a regular building, leaving you with a lot of limitations to work around when partially constructed. But today, Disney announced the acquisition of the partially completed ship that will bring the magic of a Disney Cruise Line vacation to new global destinations. Disney will work with the esteemed Meyer Werft shipbuilding company to complete the cruise ship previously known as the Global Dream in Wismar, Germany. The ship will clearly be renamed, with certain features reimagined under the world-renowned expertise of Walt Disney Imagineers, and is expected to set sail in 2025. Now, nothing is known about how much Disney actually paid for the vessel at this stage. However, it would be well below the previously stated costs of $1.8 billion. With the ship's previous owner filing for bankruptcy before completing the vessel, this enabled Disney Cruise Line to secure it at a favorable price. And within the capital expenditure guidance the Walt Disney Company provided on its recent earnings call. The project also secures employment for hundreds of former MV Worthington employees and will provide opportunities for numerous maritime industry suppliers in the region. Disney has already announced that the new ship is to be based outside the United States and will feature their innovative Disney experiences. There was some thought that perhaps the vessel would be a Disney Cruise Line light kind of situation, but they've committed publicly to include their dazzling entertainment, world-class dining, and legendary guest services that set Disney Cruise Line apart. As is tradition, the exterior will be adorned in the iconic Mickey Mouse-inspired colors of the fleet, complete with signature red funnels. Speaking of funnels, the vessel will have 6 of them compared to the traditional 2. Based on the original design, 2 of these are for the engines, 2 are partially used by some technical equipment on board, and the others are just for show. Little has been confirmed about the ship, so we have no idea whether these will be used for clubs or the dreadful funnel suites, but time will tell. Despite poor reception, the suites still seem to be making money, so I'd probably expect that. The 208,000 gross ton ship is expected to be among the first in the cruise industry to be fueled by green methanol, one of the lowest emission fuels available. Unfortunately, despite the original plans, Disney has released concept art that no longer includes the roller coaster on top of the vessel, which means that the theme park at sea is all but defunct at this stage. With Disney expanding their horizons beyond the US and the recent inclusion of Australia in their Disney Cruise Line itineraries, it's easy to assume that this vessel might be calling Australia home. But we don't believe that's the case. This ship is most definitely going to Asia. The Asian market is an incredibly lucrative opportunity currently untapped by Disney Cruise Line. This ship's capacity could easily see it permanently servicing major population centers such as Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, or Singapore. But our predictions have us leaning towards existing Disney park resorts. Shanghai has proven to be a problematic investment for the Disney company in recent years, with the CCP taking more authority over the resort. So an international cruise vessel would allow Disney to increase their presence whilst also maintaining additional control over their market. However, Hong Kong is an equally suitable candidate for a permanent cruise port, as they could easily integrate a sailing into the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort vacation. The Walt Disney Company has invested heavily into this resort in recent years, but it equally continues to flounder, with rising political tensions and lackluster offerings compared to the international Disney park destinations. But if Disney could integrate a permanent cruise offering into their roster instead of, say, a second theme park, it may provide a unique trump card to really help this resort thrive. And considering its placement to the Hong Kong International Airport, would provide perhaps the second most comprehensive Disney resort experience outside of Walt Disney World. But realistically, this is Disney we're talking about. Their predictability is becoming more difficult in recent years, especially as they appear to be getting more desperate as time goes on. Yesterday we would have laughed at the idea of Disney purchasing such a vessel, but here we are. So honestly, at this stage, anything is possible between now and when this ship is set to come online in 2025. But with that in mind, where would you want this vessel to go? And what would you like to see included? Let us know in the comments below. We may not be able to reply to everyone, but we definitely read them. So from the home of all things theme parks, I'm Dom for ReviewTyme. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing.